When I first married my wife, I thought we had the perfect relationship. We laughed, traveled, and shared everything. I trusted her completely, never questioning her loyalty or her love for me. But sometimes the person you love the most ends up cutting you the deepest, and I had no idea how painful that truth would become for me. It started with small things. She spent more time on her phone, often hiding the screen when I walked into the room. She would claim she was just chatting with friends. But her late-night conversations and sudden mood swings told me otherwise. I wanted to believe her, so I ignored the warning signs. My mistake was giving her the benefit of the doubt, when she clearly didn't deserve it. One evening, while we were out with friends, my wife made a cruel joke that shattered me inside. She laughed and said, "At least my ex was bigger." Everyone laughed awkwardly, but I could feel my heart drop into my stomach. She looked me in the eye as she said it, almost as if she wanted to humiliate me publicly. I forced a smile to avoid a scene, but inside I was broken. That night I couldn't sleep. I replayed her words over and over again in my head. It wasn't just a careless joke. It was disrespect, a sign that she didn't value me as a husband or as a man. That's when I realized she wasn't just being cruel. She had probably been unfaithful. And if she thought I would stay quiet, she was very wrong. I started investigating quietly. I checked our phone bill, tracked her late-night movements, and one day even followed her after she said she was going to meet her cousin. What I saw confirmed everything. She was with another man, smiling and holding his hand like she used to hold mine. The joke about her ex suddenly made sense. She had been comparing me all along. Instead of confronting her right away, I decided to play smart. I acted normal, treated her kindly, and made her believe I was still the same trusting husband. Meanwhile, I gathered proof, pictures, messages, and even a recording of her phone calls. My goal was not just to expose her, but to make sure she could never twist the truth against me. Finally, one evening at dinner, she tried to make another insulting remark. This time, instead of staying quiet, I smiled and said, "You know, maybe your ex was bigger, but at least he didn't have to deal with you cheating. Lying and destroying a marriage." Her face went pale. She laughed nervously, but then I pulled out my phone and placed it on the table, showing her the evidence. Her smile disappeared instantly. Tears filled her eyes as she realized I knew everything. She begged me to keep it private, saying it was just a mistake and she still loved me. But love isn't supposed to humiliate, cheat, and betray, I calmly told her. No woman who respects her husband would ever compare him to another man. And no wife who loves her husband would cheat behind his back. She broke down, crying harder than I'd ever seen. For once, the power wasn't in her hands. All those times she mocked me, belittled me, and betrayed me, it all came crashing down on her. She realized the man she had laughed at was the same man who now held the truth that would destroy her pride. I walked away from her that night. I filed for divorce the next morning, attaching every piece of evidence I had collected. She tried to fight it at first, but the proof was undeniable. The court was in my favor, and she left with nothing but shame. The same woman who once thought she could humiliate me with her words was now crying because of the truth I had revealed. My friends who had witnessed her cruel joke later told me she regretted everything. She moved in with the same man she cheated with, but he left her after a few months. She lost her respect, her marriage, and her dignity, all because she thought she could get away with betrayal and humiliation. I never looked back. I rebuilt my life, focused on myself, and eventually found someone who truly respected and loved me. My ex-wife's cruel joke may have been meant to break me, but in the end, it only destroyed her. Sometimes revenge doesn't need yelling or anger. It just needs the truth, delivered at the right time. That night, when she cried at my words, I realized something important. Strength isn't in size or comparison. Strength is in self-respect, dignity, and knowing when to walk away from someone who doesn't value you. And that was the sweetest revenge of all.